Now, let me say a couple of things that might piss off a few people. You're posting content, you're busy, you think you're consistent, but you're consistent in the beginning. We'll talk about that in a second. But the thing is, actually, you don't have a business. The scary part is that you probably feel productive regardless, but this is not about motivation and definitely not about mindset. In today's video, I'm just going to basically debunk the fact that if you're feeling that you are productive and creating content and you're posting it on the internet, you don't actually have a business. The fact is that the entire YouTube content landscape has changed massively in the last couple of years, and most people are playing the game that no longer exists. The landscape has changed, but nobody wants to admit it. 5, 10 years ago, I would say between the two, creating content was something. It was something tangible, something where there was friction, there was skill. People put the effort in, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't everybody's game. You had to be somebody. You had to have some sort of a skill in order to create content. Today, a 10-year-old with a phone can do what 30 years ago required a full-on crew and a studio or a professional host, somebody who was a seasoned host at least. The barrier of entry is not just lower, it's just collapsed. And the game isn't local anymore. How many of you are competing with people in your own city or in your own country? Not anymore. You're competing globally now. Here on YouTube, especially when this dubbing feature came into play and subtitles and now AI voiceovers, there was literally instant distribution to all different languages from people around the world. Back in the day, it was local. It was mostly your viewers in your language, but now nothing. How about Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast translated into how many languages now? 10, 11? And the thing is, one of my students from Eastern Europe said to me that he doesn't, he's not afraid because of the language barrier. But the thing is, the language barrier doesn't exist anymore as well, because you are now competing with the best operators in the planet, Hormozy included. So my Hungarian student told me that after nobody speaks English in Hungary, that was a completely different idea now. Thanks to YouTube, now everybody can consume Hormozy content and he's left behind. So whether you like it or not, that's the case. That's what's going on right now. Monetization has exploded as well, and I think that's part of the problem. There are now more ways to monetize an audience today than it was even back in the day before. The thing is, nowadays, everybody can start a school community. I think it's $9 or a couple of euros here in Europe to start a school community. Subscriptions, easiest things ever. Everybody has been seasoned to subscribe to something and pay for it. Paid groups, again, low ticket offers. All my days. Back in the day, it was huge. Now everybody can do them. Courses, coaching. If you had some sort of an experience or you went through something, you are immediately becoming a coach, right? Or you can slap up a course with AI. And the funny thing is, or shall I say, the sad thing is that things like PDFs are basically left behind. PDFs are so yesteryear that I don't even know how to implement it anymore, because AI can slap up one easily. Nowadays, PDFs don't exist that anymore. So the thing is, it's not just experts doing the business now. It's not just experts. It's not the experts' game anymore. It's everybody's game. That's how low the barrier of entry is. That's how it collapsed. And anybody can slap together a script with ChatGPT and start reading it. And every single person on this planet can use AI, which we get to in a second, because you know I'm totally against using AI, and I'm going to talk about that in this video as well, and how it's going to hurt you big time. But the thing is, everybody can throw into an AI editor, a video into an AI editor, because there are AI editors nowadays. So you don't even have to have the skill. You don't even have to have the skill to create videos anymore, because you have these AI avatars that you build of yourself, and then you slap up with the script and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's not your content. So you either become one of these bad boys who create AI slop and put something up on the screen and hope that people will actually like it, or you can go to the other route, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But I just wanted to get this clear. Let me ask you something. If you wanted to buy something truly special for your spouse, husband, wife, girlfriend, whatever you choose, where would you go? Okay, I'll give you two options. You can go to the local mall to buy something special for the birthday, or you can go to the Harrods in London. The mole is fine, it's convenient, it's acceptable, but the thing is, it's generic. So there's a very real chance that if you buy something to your spouse in the mall, that person, let's say your girlfriend or your wife, will run into someone with the same watch or the same earrings or the same bag on the street. But Harrods is different. It's curated, it's special, it's intentional, it's very rare. And of course, that's something that you can say about yourself, that hey, I bought this bag for my wife in Harrods. And not many people can say that. So you don't go to Harrods London for volume, you go there for taste. Now, most people on YouTube are building malls. I'm going to let this settle for a second. Endless stores, endless noise, endless sameness. It's basically the same thing over and over and over again. They've turned themselves into the mall of expert advice. Basically, it's the same title over and over again, the same thumbnail over and over again, and obviously the same script over and over again, because now we have AI, so people can just simply copy each other and it's the same thing. That's what I call the mall effect. It's the same shop over and over and over again. Harrods is different. Premium content, I'm pretty sure that you heard this expression before, the premium side of YouTube. I'm pretty sure that you heard that. So the premium side of YouTube, the premium content is the separator, because premium content doesn't mean fancy edits. It doesn't mean better cameras. It doesn't mean that your AI workflows are on par. It means signal, right? I'm pretty sure that you've heard this word as well, signal. So just like Harrods, it doesn't cater for everybody. It's not everybody's business. Harrods doesn't want everybody walking in. Just like your channel. So you don't want masses. You want the right people. Just like Harrods knows that if they put the prices up and they go premium, only a certain clientele will come in because the rest is already filtered. When it comes to content creation, I think, and here's my 20 cents on this, AI or any sort of language model is the worst advocate. It's crazy. I'm going to talk about this in a sec, okay? But let's just break this down. So AI quietly destroys value. That's my point of view. AI is only as good as the person using it. Having access to a tool doesn't necessarily translate to expertise. Let me break it down this way. If you give your grandma a compact car or a Bugatti to drive to the grocery store, it's exactly the same thing. Why? Because grandma has certain skill. So it doesn't matter which car you give her, she's going to be slow and dangerous in both of them. No offense to grandmas, by the way, but at the end of the day, AI language models work the same way. They try to impress you. They sound confident. They sound smart. They sound polished. But at the end of the day, they are only as good as you are. And because they sound smart and you accept what they give you, the problem is everybody does that. And then you accept it. You accept the prompt that you used, and none of it is you. So you create content with light speed. And that's basically the how should I put it, the attractive part of using AI, because you can create content light speed. So you create content, you upload, you stay consistent because AI does most of the work, does the heavy lifting, but nothing comes from you. Nothing is based on your experience. Nothing reflects your beliefs. Nothing is uniquely yours, although you created content, but no value. You see where I'm going with this? You see why I titled this video the way I titled it? Because then you become the run of the mill. You know what run of the mill means. It means ordinary, replaceable, forgettable, something so average that nobody wants it. There's no value in it. So I'm going to be frank with you, okay? Because that's my experience. AI doesn't attract buyers, it attracts noise. It doesn't matter how much content you create. AI driven content will do two things: either attract the wrong crowd or attract none at all. That's what it is. So you can have 100,000 views and 50,000 subscribers, but they are the wrong people. Or you can slap up AI slop content and nobody's watching it. That's the truth. And yes, it's your call. It's down to you. You have this tool. It's amazing, but if you use it wrong, you can do only two things: attract the wrong crowd or none at all. Why do you think people actually pay me? People don't pay me for knowledge. They could get knowledge from AI or from Google if they want to, or YouTube videos. That's loads of them. They don't pay for theory. They don't pay for frameworks. I'm not getting paid for what I've written down on paper, black and white. They pay me because I've been through hell. I've been through the pain that they don't want to face. I've been through the failed webinars, failed funnels, ads that didn't convert, countless nights of thinking about hooks that didn't perform. I've been through copy that bombed, literally, email sequences that nobody opened. I've done all that. I've been through the lonely chapters more times than you can count. Years of trial and error since 2014. That's what I'm getting paid for. I'm getting paid for my scars, experience, context, and so should you. AI can't do that. Mark that down. AI can't do that. It has no idea what it feels like to try to optimize a Facebook ad for American expats living in Germany trying to bring their wealth over from overseas. AI has no idea. It only can write a copy for this thing that I just mentioned, but it cannot understand the fear, the identity, or the hesitation that people like that have who try to bring their wealth over from the US to Germany. Now, let me give you a real story. It happened to us when we moved from the UK to Spain, where we live now. It was basically right after Brexit, literally right after Brexit. And I was afraid that I won't be able to get a car with my British driver's license. So I tried to get a car subscription. I'm pretty sure that you know what car subscriptions mean, that you pay a set fee to an operator and you get a new car basically every 3 months. The thing is why it's good is because you don't have to worry about paperwork and stuff like that. Now, here in the EU, if you were part of the European Union, nobody asked you a question because you had an EU passport and an EU driving license. But since the UK has gone out of the European Union, I was afraid that we won't be able to get around with a car. I looked online and there was no information about this. And there was only one operator who had this on their website. Big letters. One operator, they had this. If you are from the UK, don't worry about Brexit because you can use your you can get cars from us. And I was like, you're my man. Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. Now I found out later on when once we moved here and spent some time here that every single operator accepts a driver's license. It doesn't matter what driver's license you have, as long as you have one. But I thought that I'm going to be an exception because I had a UK driver's license. The thing is, this operator knew that the objection lived in people's heads before committing. So, because they had the experience, probably somebody, mentioned it to head office that most people from the UK worry about this. Let's put this on the website. It worked. Now, AI doesn't know white spots. Experience knows white spots. It doesn't know emotional friction. It doesn't know reality. It just knows the best idea or something that it researched for you, but it doesn't work from experience. So, what is your goal with content? That's my question. If your goal is to having fun, okay, preaching your truth and expressing yourself and tell the world how you feel, I would say great. Enjoy. 2 thumbs up. Go ahead, knock yourself out, mate. That's YouTube for you in a nutshell. Enjoy. Post as much as you want, okay? But if your goal is to make money, okay, build a business, get clients, and build a sustainable ecosystem here in YouTube, then there are rules. So the real choice you're making is basically, do you want to work with people who simply nod along every single time you create something with AI, put it on their screen, and they just say, "Oh yeah, that was amazing, thank you so much," and they swipe to the next one, basically? Or do you want to work with people who recognize depth and value the experience that they have and willing to pay for it and have the money to pay for that experience? One group is attracted to AI slop, by the way, so go ahead and attract them as much as you want. The other is attracted to raw experience-based content, like this one, when you have a conversation, when you share an experience, when you tell the uncomfortable truth, when you have a stand and say, this is what I stand for, this is what I represent, this is my experience, this is what I'm going to share with you. But by attracting the wrong crowd with content, you're posting content, but you don't actually have a business. That's what happens. You have viewers, right? You have scrollers and you have silence, big time. That's why there's no comments, no interaction. You'll have all this, but you don't have buyers. And most people will double down on AI because it's fast and it sounds and looks productive and it seems absolutely wonderful because all this technological advancement just gives you what you think you want. But volume will not save you or not save them. It won't. It definitely won't. And the sad part is what actually works, nobody wants to do. So how about you then? Which one you choose?